Okay, I'll call the Mount Pleasant Town of Mount Pleasant Architectural Review Board to order for the meeting on February 20th, 2025. So we'll start first with the first applicant for this evening will be 25-4, replacement of a freestanding sign and canopy, changing a gas station, I presume from Gulf to Citgo. So who is representing that? Want to step forward? Okay, you the sign owner, the owner?
The owner.
The owner, yeah, I know. Okay. Let's see. Basically, I guess you're going to get changing from Gulf to Citgo,
Correct.
and are all the signs the same size?
Yeah.
Same illumination, whatever was illuminated before
Yes.
is illuminated now?
Yeah.
You didn't add anything? No signs? Okay, got anybody have questions?
No, everything is a duplication of the existing, so I have no issue with that.
No changes to the door, front, storefront?
No.
Anything? No?
I propose we,
Okay. Make the proposal.
propose to approve the new signage.
I'll second.
Okay, did you get that, Carolyn?
Motion from Michael, second from Matt.
Yep.
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank you. Be a big help. Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, next on the agenda is 25-3, the new tenant sign for Maselli High Vacuum AC, heating and cooling specialist. Okay. Let me get you- Good evening. Okay. Okay, this is a freestanding sign, is that?
Yes,
Okay, that was there before?
there was not a freestanding sign there, there was a sign affixed to the rock wall with a
Okay.
light over it that we removed.
Did they need approval if it's a freestanding sign?
So this is a parcel of New County zoning, so New County zoning doesn't require the freestanding sign to get approved from zoning board anymore. This is the right to officially do work.
Oh, is that right? Oh, okay, that's new news to me. All right, so let's see. Materials that it's going to be?
I guess aluminum frame with acrylic probably,
Is it a lit sign?
excuse me?
Will it be lit,
Yes,
light? Both? Is the sign both ways?
both sides, yeah.
How is it lit? Is it lit on the ground, shining up into it, or is it in
I
the
think
sign
it's gonna
itself?
be built inside, yeah.
Okay.
Is it on the timer?
However you guys want me to put it, we'll probably put it on a timer if there's like set times, then we'll put it on a timer. Either that or we put it on a photo cell.
Yeah, I think it should be on the timer
Okay,
when business hours are up.
there are business hours,
Yeah,
that's fine.
absolutely, yeah.
What's the dimensions of it?
Yeah. It's
60 by 30.
60 inches by. Do you know what height it is going to be off the ground?
I think the measurements are there, what is it, 3 feet tall, I think?
No,
Well, the
It's
sign
different.
itself is
It's
3
3
feet,
feet,
but it doesn't say how high it's going to
Yeah.
be.
Probably like another foot, so probably 4 feet total,
Okay,
maybe less than a foot.
yeah.
Just
yeah.
enough to get like a post and.
So
little
you can
lights
see
on
the
it.
whole sign when you're driving by, I suppose.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Is that previously a business there, or was that,
Yeah,
House.
so it's a multi-use property, an electrician owned it prior, and then I bought it from him. So his sign had his company, and there was some renters there, like a construction company and a few other fire alarm companies, so we had like a long list of his signs. It
you
was
said there was a
small.
sign on the stone?
On the
previously?
stone wall, yeah, I don't know if that.
I see the
picture
stone
was
wall.
there.
I see
it, Is this right by the roofing company?
Correct, yeah.
Right at the corner, right?
Yeah, the next door over.
Gotcha.
So I actually had a question on the sign.
Okay.
So originally I had my phone number on the sign, and then I was told you can't have a phone number, so we removed it. but I did drive by
Yeah.
a few stores today, like Dennis Adams, he's the roofing right next to me, he has 3 signs with his phone number on it. You go down slightly more next to the Barley House, there's a plumbing company right across the street, they have a sign with their phone number. Also next to the Barley House, there is a tree company, he's got a sign with his phone number, I'm sure there's a lot more, those are just the 3 that I noticed very briefly today.
And they were all told the same thing, they shouldn't put the phone number on the sign.
Because like the whole point of a sign, right, is to have the phone number so I could, you know, we're a new business, I was born and raised.
Well,
in Mount Pleasant.
the problem with the phones is that it really, if somebody's driving by, they're not gonna be able to write down the phone number or even see the phone or remember the phone number. So that's why we kind of like to discourage it, because of the fact that we don't really think it adds anything, and it becomes a hazard, in our opinion, or the board's opinion.
I do get that. My point of view is I'm right across from Burger. So as people are pulling out, and waiting, they can see the sign and then quickly jot the number down or take a picture of the sign with the phone number on it.
Where would you put the phone number?
It would be right under the main description.
Oh,
It would, it already has it there.
nobody, driving by, nobody's gonna see that anyway.
Yeah. Most people, when they see a sign, they Google it and get information that way. That's the,
Correct,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
I've got a little problem with my
I
Google
get you.
account right
I
now.
know exactly what your point is, yeah. Other signs have it and yours have their number and you don't, are not allowed to do it.
Well, they weren't allowed either, but,
But there should be,
so there was a possibility the building inspector may come out and you may have to pay a violation,
I mean, I don't have the phone number on it now. I'm trying to get it approved from you guys. If,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, let's
if
look
somebody
for-
else has it right next to me, we can do the phone number, great. If not, I'll do it without the phone number, but I prefer to have the phone number.
I understand, but we prefer you not to have the phone number. So, I think we'll certainly improve the sign you have here. Now, this is gonna be lit, right? Internally?
Internally, yeah.
Internally, yeah,
it's an LED sign.
yeah.
What are the hours that it's allowed to be lit?
I would, in my opinion, right up until 8 o'clock anyway,
What time?
8 o'clock, I would say in the evening time.
Okay, yeah, I was figuring like 7 to 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
everything shuts down after that. There's no need to have it blaring after that.
Are there any private houses next to you, or?
There is one private house set back. So squished between Dennis Adams' building and my building is some little tiny house that's set back. It's actually for sale currently.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nobody next to you from this picture, I can see, yeah. Okay, is that, and the now hiring sign is yours too, right now?
Yes, is that in that picture?
Yeah.
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 We ended up removing it, and I just put it back a few days ago because we were looking for workers, but I think I found some, so I'm going to be taking it back down. That's just a
Yeah.
temporary banner.
Yeah, temporary, so you can kind of leave it for 30 days if you so desire.
Yeah, it's been up for like 2 weeks now, so.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, guys?
No, so,
Are website addresses or URL codes allowed on signs?
that's supposed to be, but the guy on Four Corners had put one out. He's got, I think, his website or his something on it. Yeah. I think,
You would put the number below that and add it, or?
Yeah,
So,
you
yeah, I
should.
guess probably right above where the red is. I sent
This is
the
what's
original
there.
one, I don't know. if
No,
you guys
I think
saw
that might be-
This is your alternate,
That was the
No,
original.
that was the original, and then they said they can't do it, so then we revamped it.
yeah, I
for-
see, it, yeah.
More for like people walking or like pulling out of the store, I don't know, I just thought it was a good idea to have the phone number.
Okay, it's up to the board. What's your feelings?
I don't know. I mean, I know he makes a point, just given the fact that his neighbors all have the telephone number.
Yeah,
And I'm cognizant of the fact that you're a new business and obviously want to do whatever you can to drum up business. For me, I'm not opposed to him putting the phone number on there, given his neighbors already have it.
okay.
But if you guys are, it's a vote, so.
It's fine with me.
I'm not opposed to it either.
Yeah.
It's just-
Okay.
How about,
So let's, clarification, your phone number on it,
You know,
and timer for
I mean-
7 to 7.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
That'll work.
Appreciate it, thank you guys very much.
Okay, you can get that, but we
We gotta
gotta,
take a vote.
yeah, put a motion
Hold
on it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. It's done.
Somebody make a
A second
motion.
motion.
Make a motion that the phone sign is presented, but however, there will be additional lettering on it is what we'll say.
Yeah.
And the sign didn't get any bigger, I guess, huh?
No, same size
didn't see
sign, we
that.
just removed the number and expanded the letters.
Yeah, it gets very small.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same size.
Yeah.
I mean, you're shrinking your letters, so
Yeah.
they're not gonna see your name.
I know.
I mean, you know.
But if you Google me now, I had a problem with Google, it has my old address, and it's all wacky, so.
Okay, we got a.
I seconded, yeah.
Oh, you seconded? Well, who was first? I didn't get
Oh,
first.
sorry.
You said it,
Michael was
Yeah.
first.
So, Mike. Okay. So, you got who was first and seconded?
The motion, Matt, and second, Michael?
Yeah. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
You guys,
Good luck.
Have a great evening.
Yeah, well,
don't tell everybody.
Toilets back. Make
I
sure
don't know
you
if it's a problem or not.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, next on the agenda will be 25-2, which is the Toll Brothers Kensico Preserved Development of 162 townhome community with clubhouse, pool, and assorted amenities. Okay, now, we're here basically for the aesthetics and the lighting and exteriors to parts of the building. Is that what you're prepared for?
Sure am.
Okay.
And-
Now, as far as landscaping goes, just in general terms, I mean, you obviously, are these individual homes going to be landscaped by their own people? Is there going to be a board of owners, or how is this going to, how is the exterior upkeep going to work?
Sure. I'll answer that, and then if you would, I'd love to take you through a presentation, help give you some background on the project, and help you understand
Great. Okay,
the
great.
brackets of it. But to answer that question specifically, every home's landscaping would be installed by Toll Brothers. And within these landscape plans, you'll see there is a typical unit foundation planting plan. That will be applied to every home throughout the community. Once the community is fully sold out, it will transition to a homeowners association.
Okay, it's got a-
That homeowners association will maintain the landscaping within the community.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
So, my name is Kevin Moses, working with Toll Brothers, here representing what is now known as the Regency at Kensico Ridge project, which was recently approved by the Planning Board for final site plan and amended subdivision approval. We're now working to satisfy conditions, work through the other state level agencies we need to get through to get to a final plat and close. This is one of our last steps, and we're excited to be here in front of you this evening. So thank you in advance for your time, your ear, and your consideration. Just a little bit of background on the project. So as you had mentioned, this is a 162 age-restricted 2- and 3-bedroom townhome community. It is active adult or age-restricted, meaning 55 and older. Just some highlights here. It meets demand for senior housing and diversity of housing types within the town. Those were identified in the comprehensive plan. What we utilized in the site design is what's called a cluster design approach. What that does is it condenses the overall footprint to diminish the environmental impacts. It also is complementary to the townhome type of design and product. There are no school children. It is a fully amenitized community: pool, tennis, pickleball, bocce, clubhouse, trail system. It actually represents almost $2.3 million of annual net tax surplus. That's net on an annualized basis for the town, which we see as a very positive thing. A few other just pieces here on community benefits. There will be approximately 18.2 acres dedicated to the town for municipal purposes. There's an upgraded water distribution system that's incorporated with the project that will help provide better flows and pressures throughout the surrounding community. There is a conservation easement of about 57 acres that will be deeded alongside this community in perpetuity to protect and preserve existing natural woodlands. In addition, and I'll just try to help point this out to you, Loza Drive, Columbus Ave, we got the Town Hall complex here. These are the two parcels which we donated to the town, total of 18.2. These two parcels here on Westlake Drive, those are planned to be acquired by the New York City Department of Environmental Protection. Again, those will be ultimately deeded in conservation for perpetuity. Second entrance here is over on Westlake Drive. As far as the phasing and construction, kind of draw a line right down the middle, phase 1, phase 2. And as we talked about, there will be private roads here, not maintained by the town. Community details, talk about this, there's 2 and 3 bedroom townhomes. Those actually range far less than the 2,400. The 3 bedrooms range from 24 to about 2,900. The 2 bedroom is significantly smaller. I'll get into that as we get to the architectural plans. Every single unit will be offered with a master down layout, primary down. It's right in line with the ultimate demographic of 55 and older. Again, we touched on the amenitization of the community, clubhouse, pool, tennis court, pickleball, et cetera. And we also talked about the HOA structure itself. This is just another copy of our site plan here. But moving on more into the landscaping itself, the entire plant palette is either native or adaptive. 75% of the species are native, the remaining 25% are adaptive. All that really means is that there's a lower maintenance regime for those plants. They generally have a good water tolerance and are adapted to this hardiness zone and environment.
Yeah, are you adding plants to, or are you taking just what's there now?
I'm sorry?
Are you adding anything at this point, or is it just what's there now? The trees, in other words?
There are a number of trees that will be taken down as part of the project.
Right.
We are planting 569 new
That's right,
trees
yeah,
as
okay.
part of the project.
Yeah.
165 of those are internal shade or street trees, lining the
Right.
streets. It's going to look great. As you and I just talked about, there's extensive foundation plantings for every home. We've also spoken about the large acreage of natural woodlands to remain, which is a real positive environmentally speaking. Landscaping's robust, it's replete. If you guys look at some of our other jobs, Enclave at Pleasantville, actually just down the road, I think is a good representation of how we end up treating our properties. If I could, I'd love to dive into the architecture. So, as far as the architecture goes here, to give you a broad brush kind of overview, we've got a simple and I think elegant palette drawing from what we call a modern farmhouse type of aesthetic. Again, all units are offered with a master down layout. The floor plans are generally fairly open, flexible, catered to modern living, how people live today. There's a variety of material treatments on the facades themselves. Differentiation between those materials. You'll see some board and batten. You'll see some horizontal clapboard siding as well. There's some differentiations in the fenestrations, the window treatments, the dormers, the roof lines, all again for visual interest. And we're showing a single color scheme here. And that's really for community character and cohesion. So all of the homes would ultimately be within this palette that you see in front of you today. There's 4 unit types, 3 of which you see here, and another I can show you on the next page here. These are just, names right within the Toll parlance. We've got the Walters, the Saunders, the Claybrook, and the Wilkerson. Again, 3 of these units are 3-bedroom homes. 1 of them is a 2-bedroom home. That two-bedroom home is a one-story living, the three-bedroom are 2 stories, albeit having that master down.
These, what I'm looking at here, all two-story buildings?
These are all the 2-story and 3-bedroom homes, yes, sir. And on this next sheet, which maybe I'll tweak the screen so y'all can see it a little bit better. You'll see that 4th unit, the Claybrook.
Yeah, you can leave, I think we can see.
That 4th unit, the Claybrook.
Yeah.
Is that okay? The 4th unit, the Claybrook, is the 2-bedroom, single-floor living home.
And is that also in a package of 3?
So it could be in a 3-pack, yes. In this
Oh,
case,
okay.
we've shown it in a 4. So
Oh, I see, now, yeah, I see.
one
it
thing
now,
we
yeah.
pride ourselves at Toll Brothers on is providing our customers with choice. So should someone want a Wilkerson for an end unit, or someone might want a Walters for an end unit, they can make that choice. So this kind of gives a representation of what the architecture could ultimately look like, though the units themselves, obviously there's only 4 of them, there are going to be so many combinations, but it gives you a sense of things. Again, walk you through these floor plans here, the Walter at 2681 square feet. You'll see that master down layout, primary bedroom suite on the top right there. Big, beautiful 2-story great room to the left of that. Nice, open, modern kitchen. It's nice. It's a flexible floor plan. COVID changed a lot of things, right? How people live and how they work. So we've tried to accommodate that in how we present our architecture. Again, the Saunders, slightly different. It really allows people to make a choice based on what works best for them. Here's that Claybrook floor plan, the 1-story living. It's efficient, but I think it'll actually live very nicely. And it's got some flex space as well.
How many of the Claybrook are you guys proposing on the build for the 162?
So what we had agreed to with both the town board and the planning board was that we would offer this unit in 25% of the locations on site. We'll offer them, right? Doesn't mean they'll get billed. It means someone has to select that unit in that location and have it.
So first come, first serve.
As always, free market. Here's that Wilkerson floor plan and end unit somewhat similar to the Walters. Got some elevations, they'll be compliant with building height, et cetera.
Just one question.
Yes, sir.
If it's only 25% 2 bedrooms, so the 75, the rest of them are going to be 3 bedrooms plus?
75% guaranteed it'll be 3 bedrooms. That 25%, it's offered as a 2-bedroom, but there's no guarantee.
The majority is 3 bedroom.
That's correct. That's correct.
Say it could be 0 if no one buys it.
So, no, I'm just curious if it's 55 plus and there's going to be no kids. 3 bedrooms would, 2 bedrooms would, you would think would be the majority of.
It's funny, we do a lot of these communities. I think Enclave at Pleasantville is a great example, and that is actually has a very low percentage of families living in that community. The vast majority are 55 and older, and that's primarily based upon it was an age-targeted community where we offered those same master down type of floor plans. And again, 55 doesn't mean you're retired. I know I won't be. So with just remote work and how people live today, it offers them flexibility, either with a home office, a home gym. It's not necessarily a bedroom. Just some elevations here. These are our rears and sides. Again, front elevations for the Saunders and the Claybrook. Rears for the Claybrook and the Saunders. Just some compositions of the 3 units, kind of 3 of these potential combinations coming together, front and rear. And then our material palette. So for siding, and I did bring some samples for y'all if all interested, but we've got Certainty vinyl siding here, color proposed as snow. It's a bit of an off-white, not like a crisp, clean colonial white type of thing, but a little bit of an off-white there.
So you're saying they will all be that snow?
Yes, the whole community would have a single color scheme, that's correct. And then, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this stuff, PVC trim, pretty standard, but very weather resistant, obviously bug resistant. It's good stuff. And then I also brought our roof shingles. I couldn't fit a garage door sample in my car. Or a front door, so I'm sorry for not having those. If you guys would like to see these up close and personal, please let me know. Any other questions on the materials, I'm happy to answer.
When are they proposing to break ground on this?
It's a great question. I wish it were yesterday or tomorrow. There's a couple things that we're still working through from an approval standpoint at the state level. And county level for that matter, most particular Department of Health, which is a tricky organization to get through, to say the least. My hope is that we could close on this property in the next 60 days and get going. I've already met with Mr. Sal Pinnell to start, talking about building permits and understanding how that process will work and make sure that we're in a position to get going quickly once we're once we're able to. So.
Do you have slides on lighting? Sorry.
Yeah.
Lighting on the homes, there will be some, you can kind of see a few here in these renderings, but we've got just some standard like, gooseneck sconces, obviously over the garage. There'll be a soffit light, right, just up underneath the roof of that entry. But we don't do a lot of uplighting. We try to stay dark sky compliant with all of our lighting so as to not, increase light pollution.
The doors, what color are they going to be and what's the finish in them?
So we're showing a dark night, which is like a bluish charcoal, I would say. It's a darker color, kind of more in line with the window sashes and casements.
And that'll be throughout the whole complex.
It will, yes, sir.
There's no different roof colors
So
or
it's black
anything.
windows, blue doors.
Yeah, very dark blue charcoal. As you're driving by it, it'll really read, I think, like a dark gray or charcoal. I don't know if y'all have ever driven through the community of Kingfield over in Rybrook at all. It's all kind of it's a monetized palette. There's not really any differentiation there, but it creates a really nice community feel and cohesive character, and that's what we're going for here.
Now, you're going to do plantings. Who is going to keep it up, and is this going to go to the homeowners association, or is each individual house going to have to take care of their plantings themselves?
The homeowners association would take care of that.
And they'll have some kind of restrictions on what you can do, I presume.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, you said that it's a 55 and over community?
Yes, sir.
So when you buy the property, what stops you afterwards from selling it to someone, down the road that is under 55?
There's a couple backstops there. So when we close on the property, matter of fact, I think 2 weeks ago, the 55 and older declaration of covenants and restrictions was approved by the town board.
Okay.
That will get filed with the town, that'll get filed with the county once we close, and that will be part of the HOA bylaws as well. So there's multiple layers of governance there. It starts with the HOA, then there's the town, and then there's the county.
Out of curiosity, I live off of Stonegate Road.
Yes.
In the community there. About how far set back are the homes from the front entrance of?
Gosh, it's gotta be, Lord. It's gotta be every bit of 300 or 500 feet. I mean, that's one of, I think, the benefits of this project is its buffering from the surrounding community. You've got, obviously, if I could maybe go back here, give me one moment.
Is your electrical all gonna be underground?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Steel is 1 inch to 40 feet.
So if you just look at this site plan, I mean, it's pretty remarkable. You've got both of these big DEP parcels here,
500 feet.
and then you've got the 2 town parcels. The closest that these homes really get are to the water towers.
Okay.
There's a significant buffer on all sides.
That Halsey exit, is that, people can come and go into the premises that way? Is that
I'm sorry?
the Halsey exit, the entrance there on Halsey?
Oh, on Westlake.
Yes.
Westlake, yeah.
It is a fully functional entrance.
In and out, yeah.
Yes, but it won't become operational until phase 2.
But it will be operational when it's finished.
Okay.
Ask you all through the, I'm sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, the signage we gotta look at.
Yeah, we have to.
Is gate, like the gate's gated, like it's gonna swing like a access, or is it
So not
drive-through, or?
gated.
But you said it's
There'll be
private
a-
road, right?
There'll be a gatehouse,
It's a staffed gatehouse?
not staff, it's more ceremonial, if you will.
Okay,
And there is no functional gate.
but it's private road, you said.
It is a private road, yes.
You have, yeah, put the picture up for the entrances.
Yes, sir.
That has the sign.
Yes, sir. So just snapshot of the site plan here, again, Loza, Westlake, and that's where our 2 monuments are at the 2 entries. So, yeah, number 4 here, just to help it all out.
That's Loza Drive?
That is, yes.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry,
Oh,
that's
that's
Westlake.
Westlake.
That's
Okay.
my fault.
Yeah.
So our Westlake Drive entrance, I would say both these monuments tend to try to align with the overall project's aesthetics with modern farmhouse. From a design standpoint, we're proposing a combination of stone piers. You can see here, these low stone retaining walls with a nice stone cap, and these aluminum fence panels as well, with our identification and monument on one side. Here's that more kind of ceremonial gatehouse, if you will. I think it provides a nice procession to the property. There will be lighting involved here. On the signage itself, we're really digging into the design of this sign kind of right now as we speak, but I think this will either have backlit lettering or some very, I think, discrete uplights that will be hidden in this planting to just shine a little bit of wash.
That's gonna be stationary lettering, though. You're not having anything flashing or welcome or anything else even now.
Yeah. So, I mean, the lighting in the community at large is subtle. We don't want this thing to be a bright, shining light. You can see the space.
I presume on the street lighting, you really, the internal streets, did you have to pass some kind of restrictions for the town on it? In
We
terms
did
of,
not. It was, the lighting was approved during our process with the planning board. We do not like to design lighting like a Walmart parking lot. We do it sensibly, obviously, with an air towards safety and.
yeah, well, it's yeah.
We tend not to try to overlight our
Yeah.
sites.
And these will never be public roads, internal,
These will always be private.
private.
Yes, sir. Which is great for the town. It means they don't have to maintain them and pay for them, which is good.
The columns, what height are they going to be at?
Very good question. I think you have an elevation study of this here.
This entrance reminds me a lot of the Summit
They're
Estates.
8-foot height piers, it looks like. They're Right.
It says it on the one page, if you know.
Yeah, 8-foot high piers.
6-foot fence.
And for scale, you can kind of see 6 foot tall, kind of person over there on the right. Yeah, big community. I think the scale is appropriate.
Fencing, that's
Yes,
in the
sir.
background. What is the material that is?
That is painted aluminum. So the
Aluminum.
powder coated aluminum.
Okay.
And I saw in the plan that the clubhouse, is there signage on the clubhouse?
No signage on the clubhouse really to speak of. I can give you the flavor of what that clubhouse looks like if you'd like. Sorry, wrong one, guys. So that's the front facade of the clubhouse there. Again, no signage, lighting, again, sensible, discreet. You got some sconces by the entry, nothing crazy. Floor plan, if you're interested. Fitness area, nice, wide shouldered vestibule, club room, some workspace, great room, bathrooms.
The height of the building is in line with, I guess, your two-story houses, or maybe a little bit bigger?
Though, the clubhouse is actually just one story. Single floor plan, so
The overall height, though, looks like it's...
overall height would be lower than the homes themselves,
Okay.
the 3-bedroom.
What is the intent of the clubhouse? I mean, will there be a kitchen? Will there be food service out of there, or?
No food service per se. There is a small modest kitchen and a small modest outdoor kitchen in the amenity complex. It's really intended for community gathering space,
Right.
more than anything.
Would you be able to go over the layout of the lighting on the pathways leading up to
To the clubhouse?
leading up to the houses?
The road.
Yes, I believe I have those plans here. Oops. One second. I think they show up on the landscaping plans. Yes, they do. I know the scale is terrible, I'm sorry for that. But these black dots that you see are the street lights, and we tend to alternate sides of the road, 150, 200 feet type of thing.
These are the Guardco lights? Is
Those are
this your
actually
package?
for the, those are for the amenity. I believe, no, I take that back. I believe those are the streetlights throughout the community, yes.
They all look like they're downlit, correct?
They are all, those are dark sky compliant fixtures, all downlit, really to help eliminate light trespass and light thieves.
Nice lights.
I assume they're LED lights.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. We're basically, the authority that we have is basically exteriors.
Yes, sir.
You know, and as far as I personally see, I don't see any problem with anything. It's the lighting, signage, that's all the signage you're ever gonna have, I presume.
Yes, just the two entrances, that's correct. There might be temporary
Oh, of
signage
course, of
associated with
course.
sales and marketing and those types of things, but no other permanent signage.
Where are these lights
Those are called bollards.
Yep.
And those appear at the clubhouse. If you'd like to see their locations, I'm happy to bring up that plan for
Yep.
you. I believe I have it. Those are low-level bollard lights. They're really intended for pathways.
And they're just going at the clubhouse.
That's correct, sir. That's the only place you'll see them.
Where is the clubhouse on that drawing? Or- No,
So, let me just go back
that's
here.
fine.
It's right here.
Oh, it's over there.
I would think so.
Yeah,
So the clubhouse complex
yeah,
is close to the entrance on Loza, which is what we typically try to do, is orient them closest to the entries. But as far as the clubhouse amenity plan, so those bollards that you mentioned, let's see what that looks like. Here we go. So there'd be one here, one here. This is the mail kiosk and pool storage area, kind of a two-part building. So you can see them here as well. And they really just help light and indicate the pedestrian pathways.
would the mail all be in one central place?
Yes, sir.
Really? So no mailboxes, I mean, out in front of everybody's house. That's interesting.
I know it's outside kind of what we do, but, you know, I saw no children, and more in line with my colleague asked with the age, is there, you know, somebody's grandchild wants to come live with them,
So it's a
not
great
allowed?
question.
You know, like, I don't know if it's a,
So no one under the age of 19 is permitted to be a permanent resident. However, there are carve-outs for people to stay for a month or two at a time. There's also a carve-out for, I believe it has something to do with a caregiver, but no permanent residents in the community under the age of 19.
okay.
Well said. Anything else?
No prohibitions on visitation, obviously.
I was just curious, yeah. Figured there had to be something.
Since we have an audience, is there anybody in the audience that wants to comment? Sure. Come-
I didn't realize it was a public hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, we public hearing. We don't use heat.
You can just have them stay
Hi,
silent.
I'm Mike Rusanti, I live at 20 Greenwood Lane, right down the block from, which I think is going to be a great thing. Questions a lot of people have, 75% of 3 bedrooms, 55 and over, doesn't make sense to a lot of people. 40 and one half units will be one level. What if there's a demand for more, nothing's built yet, would you guys adjust? If say, hey, listen, we got twice as many people want this. You have an older community, and a lot of people don't want the steps. Just throwing it out there. And the other thing, and I know you can't give me numbers yet, excuse me, I'm technical, cost. Ballpark. 1 level, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, just an idea. HOA, taxes, that'll come out, it's gonna be there. We have no clue. I haven't made every meeting, and we've tried, but we have no idea. Can we afford it? With what we have, to be able to move into something like that, it might cost more than our houses as it is now.
Sure. You go ahead and hang out, I just gotta talk to Mike, so I can get on the record. So, first question, sir. I'll, I guess, direct the answers to the board.
Most of that is not our jurisdiction, but go ahead.
But I'm here and happy to answer it, as
Sure.
always. So the project was obviously initially underwritten for 100% 3 bedrooms. It was a concession that we were willing to make and able to make to the town for this 25%. Beyond that is not something we would be able to do and still maintain the feasibility of the project, unfortunately. Regarding price point, gosh, I want to give you a number if I could. I think we will be able to very soon. as soon as we open for sale, all of that information will become public. I wish it could be sooner.
Seafood taxes at 1.9
Be patient.
and 166,000 for the town. I think it's right.
We hope to open for sale
Divide that
early
by
this summer.
The amount of homes,
Yeah.
162.
So the best place to find out about the project is on our website. So there's, I believe it's on the Mount Pleasant, listed on the Mount Pleasant website, it's whole New York Metro.
That doesn't work. Click on the link.
I'll double check that link, because I know I loaded it, but I know the email wasn't working for a while, but the link should work, and you're saying it's not?
That wasn't working anyway.
Okay, so, before you leave, maybe you can see me, I'll get some information.
I'm also happy to give each of you one of my business cards, and you can stay in touch with me. I field with many phone calls. Customers are one of the most important to us. So
On the
I'm
outside
happy to
roads,
talk
the
to you.
private roads inside are really managed by them.
I hear you. I know there's a lot of
Sure.
Slideshow, will that be on the site?
Yes.
I don't know if he specifically asked that or you addressed it. Expansion, excuse me. So this is set. There's no room for another road
Zero.
with another row of houses. This is
Zero.
it. This is what you get.
This is what was approved by both the town board, the planning board, under the secret regulations of New
Okay.
York State.
I just want to make that clear if that was one of the questions.
And, you know, beyond that, because so much of this property will then be deeded into conservation, no room. Further development is largely just impossible for him.
Okay, I think we just need a resolution that was satisfied with everything that was presented, if we are. I mean, that, you got the okay from the Architectural Review Board, if that's the case.
Thank you all so much for your time
Okay,
and your
so I
questions.
need a motion from somebody.
A motion to approve as proposed.
Opposed?
Seconded.
Seconded. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous.
Good luck.
Okay, bye.
Good luck.